Hello, hello everyone. Very quick start, I'm a bit late. Was recording for next week. Actually for the holidays. Just live. Let's let people know, 30 sec. I saw a few hearts and stuff, so you know, I guess there were a few people around. We are 7, welcome. Drop some gift code in the chat, so take them for you. You cannot claim 2 of these on the same city, so you know that's the only thing to remember, I guess, about these. You're welcome, Crazy Lano. Crazy just started. We are good to go. Difficulty 31. I'm just checking a bit what people need. So I'm someone with 900, 400. Some people have too many, so we'll see. We'll see what we do and how it goes. So I see new names. Elias, welcome. Hi, Crucial. Hello, hello. Good evening, good morning. How is the music? How is the sound? Everything okay? Because I did not have time to double check. Is it looking good for you, everyone? Hey, you never know. Welcome as well. Bomber Shots, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here, everyone. That's really cool. It's already like a chill stream to have a chat. There's not much going on in the game, just a bit of Crazy Joe. I'm kind of, again, using my mental capacity and time to plan videos to record a few for the holidays, but you know, kind of still want to have something daily for the channel and you guys, so... If I want my account to be an attack account, what should I focus on? Elias, it will be mostly... I mean, it depends if you are spender and rally leader kind of account, right? Or if you mean attack, if you mean burning cities, or you mean rally leading and being an offensive kind of rally leader. What do you mean? I jumped on the idea that you might want to rally lead like offensively, but that might be not what you want. I heard wave 16, if has more marksmen, give more points. That's not how it works, Bomber. Bomber? It could be, but that's not the reason. If that makes sense. We can talk about that if you want. But that's not the... It's not why... It's not because you have more marksmen, it's because you cannot kill the troops of Crazy Joe enough with more lancers, with the lancers and the infantry you have, right? So the marksmen will have a chance to attack. So they might do more points. And that's likely true for like higher level of, you know, if you look at, like we did Crazy Joe 19 last time, if you look at my city, you see that I got 263 million kills. And if you look at my kill, they all come from marksmen. Actually, not that much, see? So see, it's not even true. I thought it would, but it's actually coming, most of it coming from my infantry and my lancers still. My marksmen barely played. The way it works is infantry attack first. So if infantry is killing everything, your lancers are not playing, your marksmen are not playing. That's why you are reinforcing cities with infantry. It's because you want the troop that attack first. If you reinforce cities with marksmen, if the city has lancers, if the cities are infantry, your marksmen gonna never play unless infantry and lancers are not killing everything, which again never happened on the first waves. If you look around, like our lancers are doing a bit of kills here somehow, but you see like the marksmen, where it's here. See like the kills are doing by the infantry here, and you see in that case, you can see that the lancers did a bit of kills as well, right? But so if I was reinforcing only with marksmen, I would not do kill if that were the case, right? So that's why eventually they do more damage later, is because just lancers and infantry are overwhelmed. So then they have a chance, and they do far more damage than everybody else. So later waves, yeah, reinforcing with marksmen makes sense. Always lancers. Always lancers. I do lancers personally because they have a chance to attack before marksmen, and that, you know, often gets more kills. So I don't know if I'm very clear, but we can explore that more. We're already wave 7, so it goes quick. Let's see if people that say that they were online, they're online. It's funny, our marksmen, our lancers are already doing a bit of damage. So why is that? I mean, we have Molly, or we have very terrible joiners. Well, people don't know what to send. That's really not that good. So I'll swap to a bit of lancers after. Wave 10. Wave 10 will do. So where do I make points? Dante, I'm not really making any points. Monica, I'm not really making any points. We are just too many. The rest is okay. Mia, I'm not really... I mean, I'm still doing the one that do the most, but she got a lot of kills as well. Yeah, our lancers are doing a lot of kills. So she has no, we have kind of offensive. That's not too bad for the joiners. I played this game in his first year, then quit, now came back to find S2 heroes. Don't know what heroes to focus on as free-to-play player. I don't know Gen 12, so in terms of hero, that's hard to do, hard to tell you what to do. I'll go back to the basic, you know. For me, the basic is you do your lucky wheel if you have the gems. Else, if you don't have the gems to do the lucky wheel properly, Gen 12, you wait until Gen 13 and you accumulate gems and you kind of, you know, say F it to Gen 12. You don't really consider it because you are just too much behind and coming back. And you start again wave 13. If it's early Gen 12 and you have the gems, do the lucky wheel one for sure. Then you want to do extra infantry and extra marksmen. When they are good lancers, you want to do lucky wheel. So I will focus on, you know, trying to figure out which Gen 12 heroes are worth doing extra between infantry and marksmen, and slowly do one per generation if you can, 4 stars. Hey, Stick War God, hello, I'm good. I'm having a very challenging day, let's say, emotionally, so I was not really inspired to record a video. So I just like, you know, just go live for a bit. Early stages focus on lancers more, and then last one on marksmen. That could be bombers. If you are willing to swap, I will do actually infantry first turn because they will really gonna get most of it. In most of the report, your lancers, your infantry is gonna get most of it. Now, I mean, see, like I'm doing the most kills of the joiners on most reports, but somehow, you know, we are already still in the range that's no. Lancers are not doing any damage here. Because we have good joiners at boosting damage for most of it. So the infantry is enough. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. So infantry will be very important. But then, you know, wave 10, 13, 14, then you can start to have a lot more lancers. The risk, again, if you look at my report here, on my own city, for example, if you are reinforcing me, wave 19, if you played marksman, because you are like, you know, it's hard to kill all the crazy Joe troops, you see that my infantry and my lancers did a lot more kill than the marksmen, so they nearly killed everything. Lancers and marksmen, infantry and lancers nearly killed everything, so marksmen barely played. On someone else that is weaker, that do not have T11, if these are not getting all the kills, as many, then you could have plenty of kill on marksmen, so it depends. I cannot tell you always what to do. You kind of have to know which city you are reinforcing and what best. In my city, better send infantry and lancers if you want to make points. And actually, I send away Blanchette. Yeah, we'll have a look, Elias. We'll have a look. Hey, Sats. Hello, hello. Thank you for sending the report. I'll just need to kind of pay attention to what's going on. We're gonna go to HQ very soon, and I need actually to get ready to go to HQ. And that's 110, and I'll see if I can get a joiner. Because it's a bit more of an active alliance, and I could miss HQ. So who is close to me? Nobody is close to me, so let's do that one. So as soon as because I need to swap some of the marches as well, so I'll have a look at you. Let's do that for now. And where we are. We will have enough good joiners. So let's do a swap. Let's do Sirius. And Monica the Great. They are both close to each other, so we can do some swap. And let's look at their report. So Monica. Were the kills of Lancers already? No. Lancers are doing nothing on Monica's yet. And on Sirius? Lancers are doing nothing as well. So I don't want to be too heavy on both of them on Lancers for now. So let's do 70. Let's be a bit greedy. Let's do 50-50. Let's be a bit greedy and do a bit 50 and then Sirius. And then let's swap Irino. And Dante is on the way as well. So let's do that. Let's swap both. When do you think when do you think the next big patch for the game will be? After Unto Arm League is done, I guess. I mean, it's either monthly or every 1 or 2 months they do right now. So it's either around the corner or a bit later. I don't know if it helps, but so I'm not checking, what is killing what in these cities. And then I just want to swap Alice as well. And here, if you look in HQ, so how do you check everyone as marksman? You check here very quickly, we good. And nobody is having more than 1 hero because you want to make sure that your rally leader is the rally leader. And it seems that he's rally leading pretty well. So we have exactly the right heroes. We have Hector, Molly's. That's wave 10. It's gonna be, we're gonna destroy it anyway, but that was wave 20. We're gonna destroy it. Like, yeah. There's not gonna be any issue with that. That was Alice. So what do we give to Alice? Alice, we give her Magnus. That's okay. Then we can give her my second set. And we can do 50-50. And we'll see. So if you look at the last update, when was it? Oh, is Joe walking already? Where are we? And who do I take that march from? I took it from someone here. I took it from Mia, right? Crazy Joe is 26, so we have a bit of time to check. So the last patch was notice board update. So yeah, could be next week, could be in a month. I mean, could be as soon as next week could be, right? Could be any time after that. It does not have to be 1 or 2. I would assume it's gonna be 1 month because they have, it's a new year. We have a lot of things to do. And they said we're gonna have new features, new battle modes, new things. So, I would assume there will be one next week, which is not my favorite option. Let's go it that way. So let's do, what do we do? What do we do? I'm a bit lost with what to do here. What do I want? It's not good. It's not the best. But I was hesitating, I lost a bit and I need to kind of go there. So I'm not too aggressive, I'm doing 50-50. And I want to see if it pays off or not. We'll look at a few reports. You see, like it starts to not pay off. Wave 10, it's a bit, 11, it's a bit too soon, right? I'm letting a lot of kill to these people because Lancers are not attacking yet. And here, probably Lancers start to do some damage. They're actually not doing some damage here. So you see, I will get a lot more kill later, but like, it's really not that easy to swap like all your 6 marches in the middle of Crazy Joe, you need to remember where people are. You know, you need to be kind of in the middle. So it's really tough. Hope they come out with another expert. Yeah, I wish so. For me, it's a good time. At least I'm far enough that I could handle a new one. I did some upgrades. I did some upgrades on Gwen gear today. 79 on boot. That's pretty good. 59 on the headpiece. Yeah, that's really good. That's a lot of damage, you know. That's really a lot of damage. Let's look at wave 10 a bit. So I'm still lagging behind with damage. I mean, you see, like, I don't know why, but there are 2 heroes on that city. There is no Lancer hero. So me using Lancers to defend that city. Is that me? See, that's me. So I'm actually, with my Gregory, I'm actually messing up that city so bad. So I'll need to change wave 14. Like, if I don't do anything, there are no Lancer on that base, on that city. And I removed Gregory from my base, so I misclicked the infantry hero. I actually made a big mistake, so I need to fix it immediately. Else I'm gonna mess up my base, and I'm gonna mess up their base as well. Because we don't have a Lancer hero in the sharing stats a bit, but not sharing skills. So I need to fix that before the next one. But damn, your Mithril did appear so fast. I agree. Mithril is like really tough. So that's exactly what you don't want to do. And which hero was it? Which way I was giving her? I could give Jessie. So let's do blue and blue. In Crazy Joe, do I leave my strongest hero in city or send them with infantry and lancers? You want to keep them, you never know. Sorry, I made that sooner. Unless you have a whale defending you that's giving you better stats, and that you know that, then you can send your heroes to someone else, but else you want to keep your better heroes in your cities. Because in your cities, you're gonna likely have infantry, marksmen, and lancers. You're likely gonna have all troops, so it's gonna be important to get strong heroes to give good stats and good skill to all troops, right? Okay, mate, give us some truth tonight. Usually I lie. Which heroes would you have skipped if you could do over? Mostly Magnus, to be honest. I think that's the only one. The only heroes I would have skipped would be Magnus, and I would have taken Undrink instead. Everything else I did right. I don't regret not having Reyna. I think that was a good choice for me at the time. No, I think I did okay with heroes. I did pretty okay. I have some time tonight. The wife is putting kid to bed. Yeah, no worries, man. Welcome, you're welcome. Hopefully they sleep well. You are very welcome to ask questions, Sats. You are very, very welcome. And we go back to your report after, Elias. No worries about it. So I'm curious if it's gonna pay. If you start to see my own city, I start to do a lot of kills. And that's because what's doing kills? Oh, it's because I have a lot of infantries. So see, like, it's a balance, right? Right now I'm doing less kills on everybody else. I'm stealing kills from people in my city. But wave, you know, wave 15, 17 at least, 17, 18, 19 for sure, which are the hard ones, I will be a lot more useful with what I've done. That's right now. So You know, it's really not a perfect situation with the way they made Crazy Joe. It's like either you have to kind of change your march wave 14 maybe it's better than wave 10, but if you're reinforcing online players, that's a lot to do. That's really a lot to do. So let's look at wave 14. Still nothing for Lancers on Monica's base. So I'm not doing a lot of kills. Still nothing for... Oh, Lancers start to do kills here. So even if Lancers start to do kills, my Lancers are barely doing any. So it's not like fully on yet. It's not fully on yet. In Dante City, I'm probably start to do some kills with Lancers. No, only infantry. So I'm not sure it was a good bet I've done. I'm curious to see what's gonna do. See, Lancers start to pop, right? Slowly they start to do something. Crazy Joe is fun, but to get the higher reward, you need to get so much points. Yeah, it's if you mean these ones, like it's pretty insane to be able to do. Like that's 5 million points. So if you do not defend alone, you know, like to get these points, you basically need to defend farms alone. That's really, you know, the only way to get there. Magnus, okay, I'm skipping Gen 6. I want to get full lineup for Gen 7 if possible. You could, I mean, you just need to get René, right? I guess. I would not skip René, to be honest. So you can play Marksman. I think that's pretty nice to do. Scoring 3 million. Yeah, if you are playing like that, it's hard. If you have a farm or two, it's actually quite easy, but you need to have an account for yourself. So see, it start to be 136 million troops, and you see there you go, Rack. Boom! Ah, that's my city. But you will start to see me pop and do a lot more kill than everybody else now. Because I have these 50% Lancers, and their infantry start to do nothing because the amount of troops in Crazy Joe in the latest difficulty ramp up so high that the infantry are totally overwhelmed. So my bet was here. That was my bet for the strategy, and actually, you know, it's better for people. They have less chance to burn, right? So it's not just a selfish bet, it's actually so we need to see car. AD is a bit above me, quite a bit. Raccoon as well. So these guys are always high. So they know what they do. They know who to reinforce. But I'm not that far. I'm not that far. Can I play Marksman with René? Nope. I thought he was more... Oh, so you are... I mean... I forgot how everyone is built, even you sat. Like, I don't remember. So if you are like fully Marksman, yeah, you can of course keep him if you want to. He's a very good joiner with Lancers for your stat, but you will always have... You don't want to stack René in rally, so you only want one, so you will always have the option to use another joiner, right? You will have so many people with René 4 stars to be joiners, so that's not... Oh, that person get 5 million. Someone is at 5 million? That's fairly easy to do, you know. You just need an alliance with you and 6 farms. You send 100% marksmen on the 6 farms, and you know you're gonna do something like that if you are strong enough to kill, like to defend alone on these 6 farms for most of the time, right? Most of the wave. So that's really how people do it. It's like they do HQ alone, 100% marksmen. They do farms alone, 100% marksman. That's how we found that 100% marksman works. Is people... It was not out of necessity, because when Crazy Joe was, you know, level 11, it was easy for everybody. So people really tried to find ways to do that. And they started to do that in farm alliances, where they could do everything alone. Like 6 farms from themselves, plus their own cities. plus HQ for themselves. And you can go with, you probably can go even higher now with Baldur. At least people that said that they were online, they are online. Is that you for the reports? Alias? Oh yeah, that's Alias, okay. Okay, we will see after Alias, yeah. I can write it as well. But that's okay, that's really okay. So they are chasing it, yeah, exactly. Exactly, that's you cannot do that playing normally, basically. Like already 3 million, even with a very, very good Baldur is really hard right now. You won't see many of us do 3 million. I mean, you will see quite a few of us actually, but that's kind of the best of us will do 3 million, right? Most people won't. So here, look at the... Oh, that's me again. So see how much point I start to make than everybody else because of my Lancer. So in a perfect world, if you are very quick, you will want to regularly that change again, remove more infantry and maybe send 100% marksmen, or not marksmen, probably not. But 100% Lancers, for example, that could be a play here, right? Because you see that my Lancers are getting a lot more kill, or you might want to do 20-80, right? Tiny bit of infantry to get some kills, and 80% Lancers, but that's really for the later difficulties. And see like how much more point that I make than everybody else. And now she's making all the points, right? Because we'd start to tap into our lens. See, our Lancers are doing a lot, and our marksmen are doing a lot. So if I wanted to make point on Mia, you know, the ideal will be like 100% marksmen or 100% Lancers to do a shit ton of point on her city, basically. And see, you make very little point because... And we are not killing everything. So that's a huge problem for us. Is... We are not killing everything, so we start to make so little point because everyone is defending... is defending with their infantry. So we just make so little points now. Can I put him rally leader? Ah, he's rally leader. So like that's the 100% infantry is actually killing us here. But see, like not enough people are making kills. We will benefit a lot by people having a bit of Lancers in there. See, we have a few people burning as well, but that's okay. Let's recall. So see, I'm gonna be roughly at 3 million. You know, it's nothing crazy, but... Oh yeah, Southern 500 injured troops, so somehow Crazy Joe did a bit. I mean, you don't need infantry now to burn, you just need to kill them, right? So technically you could again survive with 100% marksman, that would work. So it's probably, yeah, balancing a bit, but we might just miss some troops. Lucky Dream, salut! Hello, hello. I thought healing troops lower the points. No. It does not lower your points. It puts what it does when you heal, right? It put back some troops in your cities, and it put back infantries in your cities, so you're gonna steal points from others. But you know, it's just that you're just gonna steal points because you kill. So it's. Je vais regarder, tu penses. Je suis pas encore sur les questions, mais je vais regarder, ouais. So that's the part that is a bit tricky with healing, is just putting back some. Yeah, back some troops into your city that's gonna take points, particularly infantry, right? The issue is infantry again. That's why we don't want to heal. So let me focus a bit on the questions. So let's start with the report. We can look at some report for Crazy Joe as well. I mean, Elias, you are doing what you should. Marksman. Ratio is 48 for 40. So did we get 100? Yeah, we got 100 easy, right? Like we got 100 easy. Jackie is like far strong, is strong enough. You're welcome, Elias. Hopefully it helps. So let me go back. Can I play Marksman with Rene? No, that I talked about. 100% infantry works for me. Managed to get top 5 with Lancers. Even if you get more kill later, people have so many Lancers. Yeah, that's the tough part, crucial. So I'm not sure what the best option. Because if everyone remove infantry and Lancers, then you share the Lancers part more. And I think we've seen it in some reports, right? It's like for example, Mia. Like our lancers, her lancers, sorry, got 70 million kills because she had so much more than mine, right? And I got 12, right? So it's still a lot, but she'll get most of the kills. She'll get most of the kills. So I'm catching up on chat. Let me know if there is anything that has not answered. I'm looking for T-Punch. T-Punch, salut tonton, on attend toujours la suite de l'inscription de la Ligue 1, mais tu avais la suite le lendemain. C'est demain la vidéo, elle est planifiée pour demain. Demain 14h. J'ai fait la miniature ce soir, elle était... J'avais pas fini de faire la miniature et de faire la description de la vidéo et tout. Donc demain 14h, elle est prête. I've gotten into these two. I sent 100% infantry, and the other member sent lancers. He got 90% of the points. Yeah, for the later wave, yes. Yes. So it's just tough to do the swap. So let's do the typical evening thing. Ouais, si tu veux, c'est pas obligé, Tiponge, c'est une option supplémentaire. C'est pour les gens qui veulent me soutenir, je vais essayer, s'il y a assez de gens, je ferai un live dédié que pour eux par mois, une fois par mois, quelque chose comme ça. Il n'y aura rien de plus qu'ici, hein. Il n'y a pas de secret que je leur dirai qu'à eux, hein, mais ce sera peut-être un truc un peu plus privé, on va dire, quoi. Mais il n'y a pas... c'est juste pour me soutenir financièrement, si t'as envie, si tu peux. Et après, il se fera un live par mois en plus. Salut Sèche. Bienvenue. So I'm not too sure what to do like for the later stage of the, of the Crazy Joe, to be honest. I'm a bit puzzled by it. It works, we survive and all of it, but... except like having everyone swapping troops. See like how much kill I do compared to everybody else. It's 381, nearly 82 million troops. So your infantry is gonna do peanuts to that. I mean, it still killed the beach, right? But I have 1 million infantry in my city and I killed 133, so that's, yeah. I mean, I got a bad joiner here. Yeah, I got Gwen. I got very debatable joiners, but you see that in my city, marksmen did not play, right? Lancers were enough. So someone sending 100% marksman to me is effed. He's not gonna get any kill. He's not gonna get anything on that city. When, if I would have sent, like on someone that we did 65, right? So, we killed... Yeah, see, like the marksmen did so much. And we failed, so they could have done a lot more. If it was full of marksmen, it would have done so much more. So on like very, very weak players, like I might, yeah. I could send 100% infantry wave. The swap will need to be wave 14, basically. Wave 14 is like 100% lancers. The wave sending joiner heroes always ruin my city defense. Yeah, Crucial, I know you mentioned that. I've recorded about how to fix your Crazy Joe that I will release when I'm in holidays in 2 weeks from now. So I recorded that when we were doing Crazy Joe in my previous alliance. So with my farm, with my second account. And I have a mention about what to do, what not to do at the whale. And, you know, and I actually came across one example of a whale could have ruined. But I nearly did it today, you know? I nearly did it today, so that it goes very quick when you are quite stronger than someone else. It goes really, really quick, so... I could have messed up someone tonight, so... How is your prep going, by the way? I actually did not push today because we are losing. We are getting cooked, so... They are winning. They are winning by a lot. Yeah, no, that's terrible for you, mate. I mean, you can always expel them, right? But I don't know if that's an option. I don't know if that's an option. But that will be... On paper, it's an option. In reality, I don't know. But on paper, you could be like, hey, you know, you're gonna make me burn, mate, you know. Go make someone else burn. So now it's a bit more chill that Crazy Joe is over, so we can go through anything you guys want. Just kind of doing the daily grind, all the red dots, checking that I've done my activities for today. Nothing too exciting in the calendar yet for us. No Frosty Fortune, Tundra Exchange, maybe a Myriad Badar not too far from now. That may be the only exciting thing we might get, you know. Bit of arena, I guess. I actually need to upload that Crazy Joe, how to fix your Crazy Joe. That the bear trap kind of update for next week as well. That's the French video of tomorrow, and that's the how to fix. Quick question on YouTube answered as well. Bam. And let's start the upload of the video. So when you guys have it, you're gonna get all the subtitles and all of that. If everyone is sending Lancer, that means everyone have a lot more infantry at home, elitating the Alliance Corps or the opposite. It depends. Like, who is doing most of the kills, right? It's just a question of who is doing most of the kills. If you have too many, I'll show you my report after. We can look at that and see like different scenarios. It could be, it might not be, right? It might not be. So on a player with like very strong infantry heroes, offensive joiners, very high stats on infantry, like lethality and attack, you might actually not do a lot of damage with your lancers, you know, and it might actually hurt everybody else to get that person with a lot of infantry. So then it starts to be really, you know, gray area. Depends on who you are talking to or talking about, and then it's gonna be impossible to find a strategy that works, that is very efficient and that works for everybody always. You will have to have kind of an alliance strategy that's gonna be very imperfect. But that's gonna, you know, satisfy, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, but that's gonna kind of work, I guess. But it's really not easy. I don't have a magic... I cannot find like a simple solution to that dilemma. But I'm sure if I open 3 reports, or at least the 6 of wave 19, and you will see 2 or 3 different scenarios. Pretty sure of that. And we can do it here, but we can do it on my main, which may be a bit more relevant. And all of them, I mean, at least 2 or 3 of them will require technically a different balance, right? Of troops and stuff. So if I go here, I take Alice. So what's going on in Alice? We do little kills. She does most of the kills. She's Magnus, Fred, Xura. So that's me, if I remember, right? Magnus, Fred, Xura. So I'm sharing my stat with her. So if I look at Alice, what she's done, infantry killed barely anything, but she had very little infantry. She had 162k of infantry in her cities. They did 5.6 million kills. She had 1 million lancers. They did 84k. Crazy Joe, I mean, not 84 million. Crazy Joe had 382, right? So here, if you would have sent 100% infantry, you would have done decent kills, but you know, infantry is not gonna kill that much. If you would have sent 100% lancers, you would have done a lot of kills because the marksman played, and the marksman played a lot. They really played a lot, the marksman. So you see, someone had only infantry, they made 9 million out of 392, 82, right? Here again, infantry, that's a lot less kills because that's a bit less troops, and that's the FC9 instead of FC10, so that's, you know, a lot less troops. Carney, infantry, tiny bit of lancers as well, very tiny. Very, very little kills. Infantry, you know, a T10, FC9, some kills. And then me, a lot more kills. But you know, that was only half of the lancers, right? But my lancers did twice more. So here, you know, and the city we did not touch Crazy Joe's lancers. So we killed Crazy Joe infantry and we killed Crazy Joe's lancers fully in 3 turns, but we did not touch the lancers. So the way it works in that case is like 2 turns for infantry because that's the hardest to kill, and 1 turn to kill full lancers. So in 3 turns we did 65. So if you look at Crazy Joe, he has all his marksmen alive. So we took 2 turns, 3 turns to kill that, and we never touched the marksman. So that means that we did not even have like the lancers and busher skill proc or anything like that. What happens if you are not in top 24 of Legion? No sesh, you can go back to do Foundry. That's about it. You're not gonna get the participation package or something. You're gonna get nothing, mate. Sorry for that, but if you don't qualify, you get peanuts. Literally, you don't even get peanuts, you get nothing, if I remember properly. I was thinking when Gen 8 comes out, I get all 3 heroes to 4 stars. I mean, for you, it's a bit of a different one. Yes. I guess you're laughing about Tundra Arm Leagues. I mean, it could be okay. It could be okay for you. I think Stick War God. I think it's okay. I'm wondering, like, should you push Gatot, you know? But you are playing kind of another game with another focus, so I'm like... Hendrik will be, you know, decent and will be a very good joiner for you. But if I forgot if you did Bradley or not, but Bradley is a bit better for everything you do. Like Lancers, I'm not too sure. But did you skip René? I can't remember from the top of my head if you skip René. If you don't have a good Lancers, I don't know. Yeah, you're gonna get Fred Gen 9, but it's gonna be late, and I don't know if you were gonna do much of him. I mean, yeah, Gen 10 or 11 will be better to do that, but you probably can do that again in Gen 10 or 11, right? You can probably do it now, accumulate, and do it again later, I guess. We can check the tile rewards. Let's look at another report. That's my city. So who is getting the kill in my city? Marksmen do nothing. We got all the kill with infantry and lancers because I get better gear and I'm quite stronger than my second march on the other city. So here lancers, marksmen are useless. If we look at Monica, which is a bit of a strong, decent player as well. She had Flint. That's a bit of a weird choice. Sonia and Wayne. Is that me? Yeah, that's me. So see, I did not pay attention. So we still defended 73.6, right? But in that case, I'm doubling the damage of infantry with my joiner, but I'm, you know, really not boosting infantry damage. So see, like I took over her gear. I mean, she's not a weak player, right? She has 3 T11. I don't think I will overthrow Monica, for example. I did not pay attention, but that's my heroes. So when I send that, because I send like Gen 6, Gen 8, then I took over. And here we killed a bunch of marksmen, but we could not finish, right? So the chances is took us 3 turns, 2 turns to kill infantry, 1 turn to kill lancers, and we have an ambusher proc. Oh, we don't. Oh, that's Wayne. Wayne is going and he's attacking marksmen and marksmen and lancers behind infantry. So these kills are from Wayne. If you probably look, it might even match, you know. You cannot know because it's killing both troops. I need the Lancer badly. I'm still using Molly and Reyna. Yeah, then that makes sense. It makes sense. We'll be okay. Gordon is it Gordon? Sonia. Sonia is okay. She's okay for Arena. She's okay with joiner. You get one great joiner, one okay joiner. You're gonna get a lot more stats. Sonia is not a bad one to do, to be honest. I don't know what that Maris dude is doing. He's going all over the place all the time. So, oh, shiny. Tu peux je suis en jeu, Discord comme tu veux, tu me contactes où tu veux. Oh, I got that. Woo. 3 chests. You know. It's exciting, I guess. How well we did with the ranking at the end. Is that top 10? It's top 10. 2.9 million points. In our alliance, we do only... I mean, that's pretty good already. Crazy Joe 28. Higher is still too difficult for end of Gen 5. I mean... The issue with Gen 5, and I don't know if it was with you, Crucial, that we talked about it, but it's like the marksman heroes are terrible, right? Because Gwen is like every 5 turns, and you have 3 turns. Every 4 turns, you have 3 turns. So these are not working on Crazy Joe. So you just have this one, which we know is terrible. So you barely have any skills. So Wayne is going to be, as soon as you have Wayne, it's going to be 10 times easier, because that's every other attack. So that's going to happen once. Granting all troop attacks. So yeah, that's all the time. And that's every 4 turns. Okay, that does not work. So, but you know, that's a lot better than nothing, right? That's a lot better than Gwen. And that's a bit more stats. And that's a widget that works in defense. And it is lethality in defense. So you have the widgets, plus you have 2 skills that work that are a lot better than Gwen. So that's gonna make it a lot easier. And then Bradley will make so much easier. So I think I was looking around. I forgot if I was you or not. But Lean is the same, right? That's 40% chance. So that you could be highly unlucky. That's enemy damage taken down. We don't care. And that's every 3 attacks, 5% attack. So it's gonna do like the last turn. You're gonna get a 5% buff. It's very low, right? It's very low on a. So she's not great. Then Greg is not great. 20% chance, no, that's not that one, that's this one, right? 20% chance of increasing damage dealt. So that you could never see it on Crazy Joe, right? You could never see it. If it procs turn 1, that could be good. Else it's terrible. So I'm actually wondering if Alonso is not the play, you know? I'm actually wondering if Alonso is not the play. It's probably not the play. Should you do 100% Lancers? Is there a world where 100% Lancers could be better than with Acupe with an Alonso? Like very offensive. Damage up, 2 skills. I mean, widget is not gonna work, it's an offensive widget. You pay Alonso. I don't know. I don't know if 100% Lancers will be like a... What's Nora doing? Is Nora good? Reliable? 20% chance, that's too low. Yeah, that's very bad. Yeah, Gen 5 is really tough. I find it really tough with 0 skill. I don't think Reyna is that much better, to be honest. 25% chance, that's very low for Crazy Joe. I mean, that's pretty good, right? But the part that I'm thinking could be pretty good. If you use Lancers, because you don't want to use Molly if you use Lancers, she's too old for that. You could use Reyna. But that will be, yeah. Yeah, I really don't know. I'm not sure what the best. Also, a lot of people were burning, so overall, yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Like, do you see other alliances on your state or neighborhood managing? Because I think it's gonna be hard until you get FC8, you get more T11s, and you get better heroes. I think it's gonna be pretty tough for you guys. I actually use Molly for my city defense, but then it depends, you know. Like, for me, I have a lot of Lancers back in my base, so I will still want the stats, right? I mean, because I'm Gen 10 as well, so, you know, Freya is very far from Molly, so... People are changing their PFP a lot. I guess Webster made one too, huh? That's pretty cool. They are using Reyna with full marksman. I mean, it's not the worst. Let's put it that way. Reyna is actually a decent choice. but I think Molly is quite stronger. Mostly because that 25% chance on 3 turn is very low chance to get it. Molly is a 50% chance, so it's a lot more reliable. And that's very similar to Reyna's first skill. So it's just very close when it comes to the skill. It's actually very close, and Molly is just more reliable. But the big difference is the widget as well. On Molly, you have a widget that increased lethality, right? On defense, on garrison. So that's where there is a big difference. Is like you get a lot more damage from the widget. So they are not making the most stupid decision. At least I've seen people do worse. I don't know if it's good or bad. I've seen people do a lot more stupid things on Crazy Joe. And I really don't know what to know. I really don't know what to do for people to learn the game and accept things for what they are, It's like we misunderstand the game so much at the group, at the player base, that what makes sense is so hard for people to accept and to be tested and stuff. But there are so many things going on, like the garrison thingy that you can take over the garrison as soon as you have some later gen heroes. Like I took over 2 people tonight. And I checked 2, it might be even more. And I thought these players were quite strong. So even me not being a whale and knowing how the garrison system works, I took over 2 cities without wanting it. And potentially sharing the wrong heroes with the city. So imagine someone that is far more powerful and has no clue about what he does. You know what they say, with power comes great responsibilities, right? That's a tagline from what? From like I don't know if it's a movie or something, but... What did I come to do here? Do you guys remember for me? I came to do something on my farm, but... apparently I cannot remember that. Spider-Man. Is it because I'm forgetting something? There is someone in my alliance that is quite strong, but is still using Alonso. Yeah, I mean, you see people like, and it's a mobile game, so... people don't like you guys being on the stream and watching videos about the game. It's already like the 5%, probably. Maybe the 10%. Maybe 10% of the people playing are watching videos about it. And maybe half of these people are watching Spanning Spree from Wales, So then you have back to 5% watching and educating content, let's say about the game. Then out of that content, how many of us are up to date with the game knowledge, the knowledge of the game? Not too long ago, I still used to not know most of the things I share now, so I was sharing wrong advice not that long ago, and most YouTubers are still there. Many of them are still there. So, And we're really not blaming anyone in that. It's just the way it is. It's a mobile game. People are casually playing. The game is not good at teaching what it does. If you want to understand how the game works, you have to go on a Discord. You have to dig into like math and formulas, and it's really not convenient to do unless you are like a, you know, a math guy, which I'm not. So I get it why it's, you know, why it's that way. Think Bradley will change most of us. Amos is still running. I mean, for a long time I was thinking Amos is good as well, you know. I was like, that sounds like a good skill, right? Then I looked at how it works, made some calculation, talked to a few people that understand how it works and the calculation of Amos, and I was like, okay, that's terrible, next. So yeah. It's really, yeah, we have a big work to do. We have a big work to do, like as a community, to kind of share the knowledge and help people not struggle with these things, you know? SVS prep, we were 1 billion points ahead, not only 3 million points. Some guys with 16 farm is going crazy on troop day. Yeah, that's... If you have a doubt that's legit, you know, always report him. But for us, we are getting... Basically, day one, we were barely ahead and they used no buff. They did not use build construction, they did not use research. And then day two... So day one, we were like, yes, guys, you know, we made it. They did not use any buffs. Then day two, that was kind of one-sided on research. Was kind of close. It ended up being quite close on actually B's day, but it used to be, they used to have 100 million points, 150 million points most of the day. So it seems that the last few hours we caught up. And then today we get smashed. So I think we are kind of, I don't know if we are fully giving up, but we might not go too crazy at that stage, because that's a lot. We don't have, you know, 20 farms full of speed ups. We don't have the points to rank are not too bad. Last SVS was a lot worse. We're actually doing a lot weaker SVS this time, but we lost some people. We lost Alphen Alliance. With some of the big spender in it. So yeah. Seems legit. I mean, not on troop day, right? But like, you know, if the guy have 16 farm of the exact same level, you know, this kind of stuff that are making the exact same amount of points, things like that. But 16 farm, yeah. That's, you know, that's concerning at least. I don't know if it's not legit, but we had that in the past, right? We had that in the past, and you could see that's and that's a lot. You see, like, there are not that many people making 440 million points, right? Many of these people are very decent spenders. Many of these people are very decent spenders, you know. Some of them are some of the biggest spenders on the state. That's a lot of points, you know. That's really a lot of points. Oh, just today. Did you calculate how many speed up that is? If you look at... I don't remember how much I make, but that's probably 100 days at least or something like that, right? I mean, yeah, if it's a sandstones, because the thing with the sandstone, they can make a lot of points if they do bear. And you know, they do a sandstone, they cancel. You know the trick, right? On non-red gear, you can reforge and get it back, half of it, and stack fire crystal. You can do cancel, and then, you know, you have 100, you get back 50, then you use 50, you get back 25, and at the end of the day, you use double of what you have, more or less. You are close to doubling whatever you had, so... Salut Night, écoute, ça va, ça va. J'en ai un peu prise de tête, mais ça va. 115 days, 1000 sandstones and some charm. Yeah, that's a lot. Salut Alex, bienvenue. I have 900k gems now, they come so quick. Not sure everyone will agree with that, but they do, they kind of do. I feel I have quite a lot. On my farm as well. I don't struggle to do like the... I did maybe Gen 6 or 7, I did struggle to do the 120 spins on the farm on each event. Right now it's like, I have no problem with that. I literally have no problem with that. Yeah, that's the reforging. I mean, you can do that with fire crystal, you can do that with the sandstones. So if the dude is like really crazy about playing so many accounts, and that he does that on fire crystal, sandstones, training, speed ups, that's really a lot. But you know, he cannot do that every SVS. Rien de spécial, Alex. C'est soirée, on a fait Joe, donc c'est soirée pour vous, pour discuter un peu. Dark Igris, evening, good evening. You too, you too. Oh, let's do some fishing, I was missing that. Is auto better than idle? Yes. Idle, you don't have the best rewards, the game picks for you, and you can have the worst option. Where here I'm choosing the best option every time, so auto, without auto completion, you choosing idle is as bad as auto completion basically. That's simple. If you do auto, I cannot, right? But the game is picking the rewards for the dialogue option for you, so you don't have the best. I don't know how idle is handling fishing. I don't know how idle is handling cooking. I did not pay attention to that. So yeah. Bro, your state is behind on point, need to push. I mean, I used all I could on my farm and I'm not pushing on my main, so... But I have very little. Like, I have nothing close to make that up, you know? I emptied my bag last time, so... You know, I start to get some mithril back, a bit of sandstones, but... really not much I can do. Really not much I can do, so it is what it is. They, you know, but they are quite a stronger state, so like their top 3 is stronger than our top 3, their top 10 is stronger than most of our top 10. It's just gonna be a tough battle, you know. Quick question, Tonton, FC9 or take all camps to Helios? Like I do 20 refinement every week. I mean, like, do you spend grease? Because Like I'm above 500 a month right now. And even with the farm, I'm concerned about my resources with 3 T11. To be honest with you. I'm quite concerned by my resources. I did promote all my troops. That I think that's what, you know, that is behind me. So I'm, you know, improving a bit the healing. But you see, I'm like 8 out of 8. I'm 7-7. So that's 35% reduction on marksman. That's 35, yeah. That's 40 on infantry. That's going to be 40 on lancers soon. And my resources is a struggle. So if you spend less money, if you don't have a farm, I will be very careful to go to full Helios. I will totally do fire crystal levels instead. Unless you farm a lot, you know, you either have a farm, either you get a lot of resources during battle, like SVS battle day, things like that. But yeah, barely. So, because you get a lot of resources from packs, you know, whatever you buy, you get some. I mean, that's probably just 5 million, but every $5 I spend, I got 5 million. If I spend 500, you know, 50 for 10K, yeah, that's 5 million, right? So let's say I do that 100 times a day, a month. That's 500 million resources that I get. That's $500 million I get from packs, you know. That's a bit of a not accurate calculation, but to give you an idea. So I would do 1 or 2 max, the one you use the most, and I'll go FC10. And then you see. But you know, if you have 2 farms, I gather every time with 4 marches. I mean, I gather every time with 5. I always do that all day non-stop. And I'm missing coal so bad. Like, coal is so terrible. Like, I had to use all my freaking coal last time. It looks like I have a lot again, but I used all of it, and I had to pop these chests. But the first time in many months that I have to pop these chests. So since I've promoted my lancers, like resources is a bit a concern. Like I don't feel comfortable with resource with T12. If we go to T12, I don't have the resources. I just don't know what to do about that. Oh, yes, 2 accounts. Okay. Vous avez commencé la toundra? Non, j'ai pas commencé. Tu l'auras en génération 5. Donc, il commence. En fait, les matchs commencent lundi. Là, on est toujours sur la phase d'inscription qui termine demain soir. Oh, we are too. But we did not... it's not the Legion we're gonna play. I think it's just... can we see the ranking of the Legions? Oh, you can. But it's gonna go up tomorrow. People gonna do their fortresses. So 64 is what? Well, it's not that bad. Ok. Donc ça commence lundi les matchs. Je fais en stream lundi, mercredi, vendredi, dimanche je pars en vacances. Donc je ferai 3 streams. En anglais, sur la chaîne anglaise surtout. I do have 2 farms, but I don't play much, so marksman first or infantry, like I only need 1. It really depends. Like, both are okay, you know. Infantry, marksman is a bit more for you for bear. Infantry is a bit more for your stats. I'm too lazy to go, to be honest. I'm lazy to do my Crazy Joe again. Yana, c'est chaud au début. Ça va aller, hein. Ça va aller jusqu'au T11, ça va aller. Moi, ça fait 2 ans que j'ai pas de problème de ressources, mais là, c'est la première fois en 2 ans que j'en ai. Mais ça va être bien à passer ce cap-là, ouais. While collecting RFC, I'm upgrading T11. I spend so $20 to $30 a month. Just finished my yellow lancers. One more marksman to go. RFC is not 300. Maybe in 3 months I'll get FC10. In FC10 is pretty good. It's just very slow. It's very, very slow. But you know, I managed to do all of the buildings, so that's pretty good. I'm really happy about that. I'm feeling more ready for FC11 to 13 than T12. If that makes sense. I mean, one troop is okay. I think it's okay, but you will see. But yeah, we might need to do a bit of the upgrades. Oh, it's Gen 10. Are you ready for Gen 11? Will you take Rufus? Yeah, I'll do all Gen 10. So I've done all Gen 11. I've done everything in Gen 10. I just got the shards, you know. I just don't know how. I cannot tell you. I'm not buying packs with shards. But where are they? See, I can do Rufus immediately. Then Eleonora is gonna be Lucky Wheel, so I'm gonna do that very slow. And then the Lancers is from Olaf Chief, right? And I mean it's KOI and SVS prep. Oh, it's Rufus. I forgot which one, whichever. So you know, I have all I need basically, and it's in a month. Hello from Southern 808. Hello Sammy, welcome. I have 20 billion meat wood. That's gonna be okay. Yeah, it's far enough. Promoting like it's far enough. You're good. You don't have to stress too much. Like I promoted 1 million to 1.1 million of troops every time, and it cost me like 3 or 4 billion. Of food and meat, wood and stuff. So like for me as well, I transferred with, you know, not recently. I did not transfer for over a year now, but I transferred 4 or 5 times to get here. And every time you transfer, you are losing resources. So that might be one of my issues as well. If you guys did not transfer as much, did not lose as much resources transferring, you might be a bit of in a better situation. En gros, là, tu peux pas jouer si t'es pas dans le top 64, c'est ça. C'est ça. Tu pourras en faire un... Bah, peut-être, ouais, faut voir. Je sais pas trop. À voir, je sais pas trop, parce que je peux pas faire beaucoup de matchs. Comme je suis en vacances après. Mais vous pouvez toujours venir et je peux expliquer en français. Mais c'est la fonderie, hein, c'est un tournoi de la fonderie. Donc les matchs eux-mêmes, c'est exactement la même chose. Juste les stratégies qui changent un peu parce que c'est un tournoi, du coup on se sort un peu les doigts quoi. Yeah, I never transferred, so yeah. So if you ever consider transferring, I will empty my resources like crazy before. I'll promote all the T11 in the world. Another Sammy, yes, you are 2 Sammys. There is one Sammy Kubal and one Sammy Argam, if I pronounce that right. So far, what I was thinking, but I convert just enough Helios. No, one more too much. Worse. You could like what Igris is saying, that doing 1 or 2 marches. I never considered that myself, to be honest. I just went all the way. You could do like, what will be a good amount, right? I don't know how much troops you have. But for me, you know, when I reinforce castle, I send 2 or 3 marches. I send between 1 or 3 marches. So I have troops in castle. So let's say I have 100k infantry castle. I'm sending 3 march with 100k infantry to reinforce in between sometimes. So that's already 400k. That's without any losses before castle. That's without any troops in my infirmary. So I will do, I don't know, 500-600k if you like, assuming that you fight a lot with your alliance for castle and you are reinforcing for defense a lot, right? If you are not, then 1-2 march could be, you know, a first good step. But you know, you're gonna need to use these speed ups anyway, so if you have the resources. What I will do though, when I don't have three troops at T11, if you ever do like suiciding marches to make points, you know, just send T10 troops. If you have T11 infantry, just send like full squad of marksmen and lancers. So you just make points by injuring your troops and not make points by injuring other troops. I mean, most of us, we don't injure a rally anyway, so we barely get points for that. We get points because our troops are getting injured. So I'll do that with T10, because like T11 is so much more expensive. Problem is for me, yeah, I guess you are US, right? Or at least on that side of the world, and that's terrible for you guys, yeah. Yeah, if you don't fight a lot, it really depends. So, like for me, I always do like full battles because I stream them, and I always do full tyrant because I stream them. I used to sometimes do these a lot less, you know. But I'll be gardening with the wife, I'll be cooking, I'll doing whatever else with her, and I'll be kind of doing it on the phone. So I'll participate a bit less in the past. Now it's like, you know, 6 hours, 5 hours focused, doing only that, so that's a lot more as well. Yeah, they don't let FC like me in. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you have a lot less healing than I do, if you have a bit less troop, it's gonna be a bit easier on you, right? Because it's like healing is very expensive as well. What is the best strategy to get points for injuring troops? Yeah, that's it. I mean, if you have you get points on both sides, right? You get points for injured troops on your army, and you get points for the troops you injure. So if somehow, somewhere the shitty rally leader or a strong rally leader but with blue heroes on the turrets, and you can get 10k injured, or you know, 5k injured or 20k injured, the amount of injured in your march more or less always the same. But if you get an extra 5k, 10k, you know, get them, right? If you can find like a weak rally leader somewhere. But if there are like, you know, whales everywhere, it's just gonna be from your own marches. So I'll do points with T10 because T11 are just too much to heal. If you have extra Fire Crystal Shard, it's better to upgrade Helios training cost after finishing one Helios. One, I did not calculate what's best, to be honest. I do both, because I heal a lot and I still train a lot. Especially because when you finish research, you can use some of your research into training. So I use some of my general speed ups, so not research, but actually general speed ups. I can use some of my general speed ups into training. I use my general speed ups in expert as well. I do a mix of both, right? So it gets, yeah, training is a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of things to do with training. So I do both. I do healing and training because I fight a lot, but it could depend a bit, you know. Hey, Cyberhawk, welcome. That's consistent at least. That's not really good, but that's consistent. Let's try the good old 45, 10, 45. I did not use that in a long time. Nowhere near. But I'm not doing anything with my upgrades, so... Pet one is hard to progress. Yeah, I mean, most of them at that stage, you know, you do, you spend 3 months of saving, like free to play, and a bit of spending, and it barely moves, to be honest. It barely moves. Oh, I never come back to you on this? I see you sent me a message like 3 weeks ago or something. I mean, that hurts, right? That probably has a lot to do with it, you know, on top of the guy being very strong, but that's no gear on one hero is a lot of stats if you compare, right? Salut Link. Écoute, ça va. Journée compliquée, mais ça va. J'avais aucune inspiration pour faire une vidéo, donc je me suis dit que j'allais streamer un peu. It's a big gap. It's a big gap. I mean, you do, that's you do well, you know, with your charms and your choices and all. That's all okay, right? Just missing the gear on your Lancer, which is probably hurting you a lot here. But you have a lot of Lancers, so... But you know, it's probably destroying you no matter what, so... We had progress tonight with the right heroes and joiners. Reina, CEO to JC. That's good. What was the percentage you end up having? Yeah, so probably... Yeah, I'm not sure why it did not swap. I mean, it's based on power, so somehow she was still more powerful, I guess, or I don't know. Or you don't have auto garrison, right? Either you don't have it. If you have it, it's gonna be based on power, and if you don't have it, it might not change. But for me, I let it auto, so I find it a bit better. So if somehow I, you know, making a mistake, it's still giving me my best heroes. Any information on next Easter event or Journey of Light? No, nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't even know if we have Easter. I don't know if you saw the comments on that, but when I looked at it, I tapped Easter Whiteout Survival 225 in YouTube. I saw a video 1 year old, you know, a few. Click one of them, look through the events. I was like, yeah, that's probably what we had last year. I could not remember from the top of my head. I thought we had Easter last year and they skipped Children's Week, right? That's what I remember. So when I saw videos marked as 1 year old, I was like, yeah, we had Easter, and I recorded that part of the video. But then these videos were actually 2 years old. So if you check now, some of them are 2 years old because they were made at that time 2 years ago. But at the time they were 1 year old. Somehow I did not pay attention. I don't know what happened. But Easter, I'm really not sure. But I know that last year I checked that for sure we had Journey of Light on the 1st of April. So... That's for sure. Yes, I can, yes. Oh, we are 3 now. That's where we are. Please win the tile. I don't know we can, to be honest. Like, second is really tough. Third or fourth, we have very good chances, as usual, but second or first gonna be... first is impossible, to be honest. If, you know... If 943 is playing... There's just nothing we can do if 943 is playing, you know. They are not even really there anymore, so I don't know if... Hopefully they did not lose people, but if like they are here, right? So if these guys do not lose half of their whales, which I don't think they did, to be honest. I don't know, but I don't think they did. Yeah, if these guys did not lose half of their whales, there is nothing we can do about it. There's just nothing we can do against these guys. But Gen 5, no whales in the deals. I think it's gonna be a link. We talked a bit about it, and like, I think it was with you on Discord as well, maybe. But Gen 5 marks many heroes, and Gen 4 are terrible for that. So I think already Wayne is gonna be a lot better. Wayne's gonna be a lot better for that. And, you know, it's gonna be... I think it's gonna help a lot. Est-ce que pendant la bataille finale du SVS, vous avez déjà rassemblé les meilleurs joueurs, par exemple, dans 2 alliances? On fait ça tout le temps. On utilise 2 alliances tout le temps. On met tout l'état dans 2 alliances. C'est ça, une alliance pour tenir château, une alliance pour les contre-rallyes. On nous a dit que l'état contre qui on jouait, ils sont du genre à faire 3 alliances et à faire des rallyes tout le temps. Donc c'est un état un peu plus actif que le nôtre, hein, ça se voit, on se fait éclater. Southern 127 strong as fuck. Probably, yes, I don't know. I've heard, at least. But these guys are a lot stronger than us. I don't think we have Southern. What are the... Can we see the zones? But that's really our neighborhood. That's really our neighborhood. But like like tomorrow we're gonna make a super alliance with the top 50 of the states, right? So so that's gonna be a lot higher in power. Because, you know, top 50 is a lot stronger than just our alliance. Do you guys have your tickets ready to gamble? I mean to gamble, to predict? So yeah, Link, you are smacking them. That's pretty good for you. I mean, I'm not sure if it's just Mia, but you know, you have a better percentage by quite a bit. Even if it's a rally, like they have very bad hero gear, so that's probably not their first match. You know? So, if it's their first match, is actually pretty terrible. That can't be. There is no Essence Stone level, so that's probably one of the reasons. So, what would you do in your first time Tal since you don't have many tickets? So, no, that's for the French channel I recorded. So, what you do is very simple, right? I'm gonna go through the purple and the golden ones, right? You don't have as much, right? You might have 10k or something. So, the way it works is you can gamble on, you can predict on 3 matches, right? Per turn. So Sunday, you're gonna be able to pick 3 teams. So to be sure without thinking to win 99% of them, you want to bet on 1, 2, 3 because they have the easiest match. Because 1 is fighting 64, 2 is fighting 63, 3 is fighting 62, 4 is fighting 61. So whichever you fight for, you are predicting on. But if you don't want to think, you just predict on 1, 2, 3. They have the easiest brackets, they have the easiest elimination phase. So day 1, you split your ticket in 3. So there is 2 options, right? Either on Sunday you see the time of the matches, but I don't remember that. And then you will bet on the early match more tickets, because what you can do, so you will be able to do prediction the day before, so on the 28th, right? On the 28th, you can predict on 3 teams, but on the 29th, you can increase the amount of tickets on the prediction you already made, but you cannot make new ones. So if on Sunday you made 1 prediction only, on Monday you can increase the ticket of your 1 prediction. But you cannot make prediction 2, prediction 3. So on Sunday, you want to make 3 predictions. I will do team 1, 2, 3. You put at least 1 ticket on each. And then when you know the timing of the match, if you really want to optimize, so either if you play at reset, or either you know them on Sunday, I don't remember, or you know them at reset if you are there on reset, then you put all your tickets on the first match. If they are like 1 match at 2 a.m. UTC, and 2 matches at 14 UTC, then you put all of your ticket on the 2 UTC. So you're gonna get the result of that match at 3 UTC. You're gonna get the ticket instantly, and then you split these tickets into, so you can kind of reinvest the gains of the day to your already existing predictions, right? Does that make sense? And then so you do 3 predictions a day. You bet more on the first match if you can see the time, or if you play at reset, or else you just split them between the 3 teams if you don't want to pay attention to that and you don't want to min-max that much. But if you want to min-max, you will split your ticket. If you have 2 matches at 2 a.m., you split in 2. If there is 1 match at 2 a.m., you just put all your tickets on it, except you still do prediction 1 ticket on the other matches, right? So you can increase it the day after, and you do that every day. For your golden tickets, you predict on the final winner. So the strategy is as well just to split it as well. But it has a lot of questions, so I can go to the golden ticket a bit later if you want to. But let me know if that makes sense for the... But you still have to bet 1 ticket. Yeah, yes. So you have to like, because else... If you don't do the prediction the day before the match, on the day of the match, you cannot do new predictions. You can just increase the tickets. So you always want to do 3 predictions the day before, even if it's just 1 ticket. So the next day you can, even just the next day, you're going to get these, right? You're going to do your daily mission. You're going to get 5k more tickets. So you might want to try to do your daily missions. Oh no, that's not this one. That's this one. So that's not 5k. That's what? 300, 500, 600, 700, that's 1,000, right? Over 1,000 a day. So that's 2,000 when you win. My teammates are very strong and I've been upgrading my account based off what I've seen, their battle report and their ranking in different labyrinth categories. Do you think this is a good strategy? I'm not sure exactly what it means. Also, do you feel like Gaia's heart score on Foundry is accurate representation of your strengths? Not really. What we use for us, we use not Gaia, we use overall labyrinth, right? Because that's all aspect of your account taken into account except experts right now. So we use that whenever we need to rank people and know who is the best. I mean, part of it is you playing the right ratio and knowing what to do as well, right? Because you know, I would not be surprised if some of these people are stronger than me. If we had to 1v1, I would not be surprised that some of the people kick my butt. If you know what I mean. But some of them do not choose the right ratios. So do you feel like Gaia's heart? Okay. So in Foundry, I don't know. I don't use that. I don't pay attention to Foundry score or Alliance Championship score. I really don't look at that. Is there a limit to... so Tonton, is there a limit to transferring state? Yes. I heard you can transfer into a state that's 120 days. So it's up to 180. And initially you can transfer to 90 days. Sorry, when transfers open in Gen 3, you can move 90 days and it slowly unlocks. And around Gen 7, you can do 180 days, which is the limit right now. You cannot do more than that. Young Joe. Young Joe, so the limit is 180 days when you are Gen 7. And before that, maybe where you are, it might be 120, I don't know. But when the transfers are open, and you click on a state here and you look at the state you want to transfer to, it's gonna tell you that your city is too old, right? So the game gonna tell you you cannot transfer here. So you're gonna get a message about that. Like it's somewhere at the bottom in red or something like that. You good crucial for the purple tickets? We can do the golden one. Save the yellow ticket to use on next tile to get the teleport skin. Yes, but you need to generate them before, unless you are the combatant for your legion and bet on your legion to win. I mean, yeah. Then the golden ticket is a bit of a different monster, but that's the same idea. It's just that you have huge multiplayer, so you can actually do a lot of things with the golden tickets. So the way it works with the golden tickets, because we're on it, right? You can start to use them when there are 16 alliance left. If you look at elimination, there are like 8 here per group and on each side. So that's 16 on each side and you have 4 groups. So you need 4 left. So when do you have 4 left? It's gonna be here. It's gonna be on the third. You're gonna have 4 left. So when it that's so on the 2nd of April, so soon enough, you're gonna start to be able to use your golden tickets, right? So that's Sunday, so that's Tuesday, so that's Thursday next week. So Thursday next week, you're gonna start to be able to use your golden tickets. When there are 16 alliances left, your golden tickets have a 16 multiplier. So, and you are not betting on, you're not predicting on the next match again with the golden ticket. You are predicting on the winner of the tournament. It's very different than the purple one. So you are betting, you are predicting on the winner. When there are 16 alliance left, so Thursday for you, and the match will be Friday, you have a multiplier times 16. So for 1 ticket, let's say you do 100 tickets, that's a bit easier. If you bet on the winner, you predict the winner, you're gonna get 1,600 tickets because you have the 16 multiplier. If you lose at the end, right here, when the final is played or when the team is eliminated, you're gonna get half of that back. So you're gonna get 50 back. So you predict 100, you get 50 back if you lose. If you win, you get 1,600. So the thing is that out of 16 teams, I don't know for your zone, but for us, there is one winner. It's 943. So you can be very bold and bet on the winner you think, or that there is like a clear state like for us, or you just split your tickets, right? You say, okay, I have 200 tickets. I'm gonna do 100 on 943. I'm gonna do 100 on the second state that has a chance to win. Just in case somehow they, you know, it's a war in the Middle East. 943 is a lot of Arabic people. They might be in a country at war. So I don't know, maybe the day of the final, you know, there is something between their country and whatever, and their wells cannot be on. I don't know. They got all disconnected. I don't know, something out of space, or, you know, that make them not be able to play. So you bet on the second team. So what will happen if you have 200 tickets? You're gonna get 1,600 on the winner, and you get 50 back on the loser. So you're gonna get, out of 200 tickets, you're gonna make 1,650 tickets. And so, you know, and if you had 400, you can do that as well. You can do 4 teams, you can do 3 teams, you can do whatever you want. But because there is a 16 multiplier and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 teams that can win, it's just a no-brainer. You just split your tickets and you're gonna get amazing result. And you do the same for the day after. So here there are 6 teams left. When you go here, there are 8 teams left, so the multiplier is 8. Then when you go here, there are 4 teams left, so the multiplier is 4. So you can, you know, all your daily, weekly tickets you get, you can reinvest them on this team, right? You can keep increasing the total you get. And if one of the team you predicted on is eliminated, you can half back. Then here there are 3 teams left, right? They are the one in final, and there are these 2, so there is a times 3 multiplier, and there, you know, you have to choose the winner. You have a times 2 multiplier at the end. So you can start here, so that will be Thursday. Yeah, that's here when there are, yeah, that will be these ones. When there are 16 teams and you split, or you go all in, or whatever you want to do, the just thing is that if you go all in and they are not winning, you are not setting up yourself for success, right? For next time. And what you do when you are there, you do not spend all your tickets. You keep at least 20k purple. And I would suggest to, you know, if you have one team of golden ticket, 600, 800 is good, because golden ticket, you can, purple, you can put 10,000 in a team and you can do 3 predictions a day. So you will want, for next style, you will want to have 30,000 tickets. So day 1, you can do 3 predictions full, right? You don't have to do a bit more tickets on the 2 a.m. one, and then you log in between, and you the one ticket you got, you put them on the 2 p.m. one, whatever. You don't want to have to stress about that. So you just want your 30,000 tickets to always do your 3 match. Everything outside of 30,000 you can spend in the shop. Here you can do 800 per team per day. You can predict on them. So when there are 16 teams left, you can do 800. When there are 8 teams left, you can do 800 if I remember well. And so you're gonna get 800 tickets with a 16 multiplier. You're gonna get 800 tickets with a 8 multiplier, whatever, right? So that's something you want to do. So you want to keep 1,000, 2,000 if you can, but that means buying barely anything in the store. 8, 5, 6, 7, 800 is gonna be okay on very clear winner group like we have. So you want to keep some ticket. When I look at my teammates, I see how many upgrades they have compared to me, Charms, Pet, Hero Gear, Chief, and try to make my upgrade closer to that. But it really depends on where you are going. Like, I would not do upgrades like that. I will do what kind of player I am, what's my budget, what do I care to be good at in the game. Is it more rally leading? Is it more arena? And then I'll do, you know, is that more lancers? Do I play 60-40? Do I play 48 for 48? So you pick a direction for your account based on your preferences in the game. 60-40 is a bit better to burn 30. 48 for 48 is a bit better for like dolphins that want to have success in rallies and try to beat with stronger opponents, for example. Things like that. So you pick that decision and then you just develop your city toward that. And you're like, okay, I care a lot about arena. Then you're gonna need to do all the pieces of gear, you know. You cannot focus just on the health here. You have to do this one because arena it's these stats and it's equivalent on all pieces of gear. So if you tell me arena, then you balance a bit more your gear. If you're like just rally leading, then you just do the stat that matters and you do 2 troops, like things like that. So I don't know if it's helpful Sugar Dog Malone, but I do well with 50, 20, 30 in Labyrinth. I've tried, didn't have much luck. Okay, yeah. Depending on, I guess, maybe if you have strong Lancers, I always left my Lancers behind, and 10, 45, 45, 10, 45 used to work better than 50, 20, 30 for me in most cases. But that's as well how you build. Like I regularly have people coming to me and say, oh, you have better ratios, but I'm like, yeah, for you, man. For you. Is it 10k for purple? Yes, and 8k gold cap for betting. Yes, crucial, exactly. Tonton, we are in state 2600, somewhere around there. We were the past champion in Tal, pretty good, with our biggest whale having tier 3 globe. That's amazing. That's amazing, good job. That's really cool because some people were asking about the rewards, but if you make it to the finals, like the rewards are pretty good, you know, if you look at here. That the skins, right? That the winner got 4 skins, banners, alliance, HQ, and a building that giving you like faster gathering. And then if you're in the top 4, you get banner, which is a bit of a different one, and you get the statue, which is a bit of a different one as well. So that's alliance wide. And then, you know, when you win, you are in the top 4, you get 1,000 golden tickets. So that's a lot to gamble. Next time you get 1,000.5, 2.4, 3.6 for the winner. That's really make your prediction a lot better. You know, if you are eliminated right away, day 1 you get only 100, but that's something you can, you know, on the time 16, it's still 1,600, so that's pretty a lot, but that's 3,200 on the time 16, that's 6,400, so that's insane, right? If you use them on the time 16, these are insane. But you see, like top 4 is pretty cool because you get the marching skin, you get the building, which is only available here. You get, you know, the rest is whatever, right? But that's not too bad. That's a bit of shards as well. These are pretty good. Then the Alliance got something. So you get a shit ton of these. That's insane, the amount of Arsenal tokens you get with Fabian. It's really insane. And then you get stage rewards if you are in the top 4. So that's why we try to be in the top 4 as well. Everyone gets something. Plus you get some of these juicy rewards for us. And we can totally do it, I think. Unless, you know, more and more states are doing mega alliances, right? But I don't know if that will be the case. We will know after registration. But so far, there are not that many that are doing mega alliances to the extent we do. Some don't, so yeah, we have a bit of a margin. I love the predicting in my bracket. Yeah, if you have a like for us, it's a very clear win. So I'll you know, because I have 5,000, I won't take a risk. And basically, to empty the shops, it's very, I mean, I have all of it on Discord, but I recorded today for the French, so it's back, you know, it's available in my memory. Basically, you need 200k purple tickets, and you know, you get some for playing as well. You have the daily, but you get some for playing your matches and stuff like that. So you get quite a bit more than what I've shown before. You need 200k of these, and you need 10k without the teleport, which is very easy. It's very, very easy, because if you have 800 times 16, you know, you have your 10k, and it's 20k with the teleport. So the second time, for me, the second time we have 200 arm leagues, because that's the third time, I could basically buy teleport, the whole shop, and I still have 8k left. So that's, you know, that's it is what it is, right? You just can't get so much. At some point we will have like so many of these, we won't know what to do with them, you know? We won't know what to do. Hello Tonton, is there another trick to do Polar except one troop rally? No, not really. I mean, bringing farms. Yeah. You know, having enough people, like doing full march, joining instead of like, instead of use formation, do like deploy all troops. Bringing farms as much as you can to really have this rally going on. The good news is now they changed today, you probably have seen, but they put the Polar Terrors on a 3-minute cooldown if you want to. So the March joiners still take 1 minute to join. But you know, if your rallies are not feeding somehow, you save 2 minutes compared to before. So that's pretty nice. They made a hotfix today about it. I mean, there is always a bigger. He's like MMC, is like that gunner. I know that's 2000. MMC is 2600. I was wondering if it was my gunner or not. But see, last time we were playing Canyon. We were against Classic. So yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money, you know? Oh, Super Elius is Tyrant. Where is he? He is here, okay. Jude is like he's like 32 in power and what? And like 4 in power on 2 accounts. Like ah, Sharkio, il parle français, je savais pas. I mean, like this big state is pretty tough, you know. The other day was there was like a month and a half ago, there was like 943 versus 855. I asked like their solo gaming, you know, he's making videos as well and stream and stuff, but he did not live stream, so I was curious about what they lost, and he was just like 855, they just did too many rallies, you know. They just were, you know, having double the amount of rally that 943 got, and they just overwhelmed them with rallies. So these states are crazy. So yeah, it's you know, you can always lose to like crazy states. Very, very active. I mean, like for Tundra Arm Leagues, like it's a bit like the range is a bit limited, right? If you look at, I mean, it depends for you, but if you look around, like it's really like the neighbor, right? Often. So it's often the same people that you see in that ranking. It feels to me, at least, that's very similar to that in most of the case. So Like there might not be so many. Oh, that's very weird. That is overtaking Sultan here. I mean, yeah, that's very weird as well. Kind of feeling like Sultan might not be playing as much as he used to, you know? That was the first I ran Forest. Exhausted. Maybe he burns out or something, I don't know. These are pretty insane accounts, you know? So yeah, so the like, you know, the SVS range is a lot wider. I don't have that many, to be honest. City skins. I missed, you know, I missed quite a bit. I got the AZ one, you know. This one cost me a bit of money. That's the only one I really bought. I bought up to the $100 packs because I really liked it. But now, you know, I get the one from Frosty Fortune, so. But these I got because they were like not very popular, I guess. So I could snatch, you know, either I was on a dead state or I was in this state, but it was before we were like too many spenders. Now it's nearly impossible for me to get any of these anymore. So that's the ones that I got that are a bit unusual. From seasonal event, I get 5 in total. And then the rest is like, you know, free to play kind of skin, except this one. I have no idea if we have a new city skin. No idea. Not sure at all what's gonna happen. We might. You know, it's like there are Easter again. There are, you know, reason to give us some skins, some events. Yeah, soon 1 billion. I'll be a billionaire. A fat billionaire just full of troops. I mean, yeah, well, get there having fun, right? If I ever want to transfer one day, I need to be worthy of a special invite. I don't want to kill that many troops. I don't want to kill that many T11s. I need to. If I ever want to move, you know, I'll go only go to a state that give me a special invite, even if I'm not a whale. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, if we have a Easter event, maybe there is a chance. Then the next one is more or less is the summer game. Then the Steam Castle skin is the best skin. Yeah, I really like it. I really like it. To be honest, that's the skin I wanted for a very long time. So, and you know, you can get it for. I got it for like $60-65 because I got lucky. You can get it for, you know, 100, so for a city skin, it's cheap. In that game, you know, it's when you think about it, you know, we used to feel, I don't know, like, you know, you will play some games, and you will buy like a character skin, like League of Legends, whatever game you play, and when the skins were like beyond $10, were like 15, 20, you are like, you know, that's too much. And now you know, we spend freaking $100. People spend $600 on city skin, you know. There is no animation, there is no... You get something else, you know, you just don't get the skin for that money, but you know, we came a long way at the gaming community. I think last time I needed 25, Young. I needed 25 last time. I used to need more, 15-ish. So I got like 80, so if I want, you know, if I need one day, I'm safe. It's gonna be... They are cooking, we got cooked on prep. No, they don't, Sesh. If you use the one troop strategy, will joiners have damage? You look... The injured is only based on your stats. So, I mean, in that case, you know, I'm using Bokan without gear, I'm using Gina without gear, so... Of course, they're gonna be some injured, but, you know, we have like twice the amount of troops. I mean, I don't have the stats of the... I mean, no, I have far better stats. So at that stage, like, there is nothing, right? One troop does not matter. It's just too much, it's just overwhelming, but the amount of injured is really depending on your stats compared to this, so... It's just, you know, if you are a rally leader with higher troops, then maybe you can prevent some injured, but that's really minor nowadays. Tonton, YouTube short and got VIP. They're the guy that made a YouTube short and got... Yes, that's not a surprise if people really focus on it. I mean, you know it's possible, right? You go for it, so... If you play long enough. Tonton, do you guys spy on the states you will go against in SVS Castle? We usually look at their top player total hero power pets. We look at everything. Like we always have someone making an account to check on them. We always do so. I mean, he's not sacrificing everything, but Stick War God is like pretty well on his way. But he does sacrifice, of course, Lucky Will and things like that, right? I mean, I are mostly like the Lucky Will heroes, right? Things like that. Things we talked about already. No, I know that you play the long-term game. That's, I mean, like the short-term boost of, yeah, of like 5 stars. Joiner heroes and things like that. I'm wrapping up as well. I'll go to bed soon, so I'm wrapping up quickly on king shots. Let's do that. Where am I here? About 36 minutes, 4 hours. Kind of need to stay awake for another hour for all these things. Don't really like that. I wanted to go to bed a bit sooner. One day, one day, one day. I have so much to do still. Bam, bam, bam. What else here? I just had the game for 1 sec. I need to check something quick. I'll be back in a sec. But the wrong one. Yes, Tigwar God is like testing his patience. But that's cool as well, you know, it's like others said, it's very orthodox way to play, very unusual, but you know, it's at the end of the day, it's a video game, so it really reminds me, like I met some players that really were thinking about the game differently than 99.9%. We had that dude called Melo that was just burning cities, you know? We just care about that, and you spend a lot of money just burning cities and like very weird way to you know, to enjoy the game. But again, it's a, you know, it's a game, so it's a very personal thing. Like we have a girl in our state that plays alone. Like she's actually can I find her in the rankings? Maybe I can find her in the rankings. That might be her, right? Like, she plays alone. Everyone's trying to recruit her. She's like, you guys are so annoying, I'm gonna leave. But like, she just, you know, she has T12 charms. I mean, not T12, but level 12 charms. She does not care to do any team event. She does not care to do anything. She don't know what she's using her you know, level 12 charms. She spent more than me, and she plays alone. And you know, like again, that's really there are many different ways to play the game and to enjoy that. If that's your thing, that's your thing. Are you flirting with the girl here, Tonton? Be aware some of them are boys in real life. No, it's more like people asking me things. And they were kind of waiting on me and stuff. And, you know, that's just things I don't prefer to have public. You know, I'm not really into that. You know, I'm old enough and wise enough not to do weird things online with people I don't know. Let's say. I've seen my share of these. Where is Star, our free-to-play city burning demon? I don't know. Maybe, you know, maybe he's working for once. But he plays a lot of game for a medical student, you know? Maybe he's studying or something. But once I get VIP 12, I'll probably never skip a gen again. Yeah, you know. I mean, they seems to be pretty good as well, the last gens, to be honest. They seems to be really worth it, so... Like, Gen 10 is very solid, Gen 11 seems to be even better. People say, I don't know, beyond that, it's like there are very little, you know, talking about it. Like, we don't really have a lot of content creators that are like... Not making, you know, spending spree videos about about these gens. Spiel is making a bit of videos about them, but you know, he's not that far from me. He's a bit though. But in terms of gens, it's like 1 or 2, so maybe 2. You're gonna eat the arena. I can do now. You know, I'm doing Kingshot Labyrinth and arenas right now, so while I read the chat. I'm gonna go, you know, for me it's like bedtime. It's 10:30. I need to wake up tomorrow morning, so we can slowly do arena. That's gonna be an easy win. That's a, you know, battle girl for placement. It's gonna be a breeze. I heard of this Rufus guy. Apparently he's really good, yeah. I mean, I knew that. I did not really watch like the full video that she made, but kind of more just the conclusion, and that's, you know, what I keep hearing from everybody. Then Rufus is a monster, so. But that guy is a bit... I'll try, but sometimes he beats me, I think. But with Freya, maybe not. I actually have a gen, you know, one more gen. Boom! No, I beat him. Fair enough. Easy enough. I think I beat him yesterday as well. That's as close as it gets, you know, for arena. Clother, you don't want to take the matches. It's just too risky. I know people who do not want to make any battle but want to get all the city skin. Yeah, I mean, and that's a lot of money as well, you know, when you do that. It's like yeah, it's a game people do. People do them basically. For me, it was like really. I used to come like from a very competitive background when it comes to game, and then I worked in gaming companies for 10 years in customer support, and one of my big lessons was like, what's important to me in a game might not be important to someone else, and whenever I'm on the phone and helping someone, whatever they like about the game, whatever they enjoy doing, you know, except if it's breaking the term of service and this kind of stuff, right? But like, you know, it was World of Warcraft, this kind of game, so some people were very into different aspects of the game, more or less competitive, more or less casual. And I really care for everybody, no matter what, you know, their issue is. Like a small thing for them, I mean, a small thing for me might be a big thing for them because we're just very different people and very different gamers. So really taught me to like, you know, not think that there is only one way to enjoy games, right? But I was like, you know, my way, the best way when I started. And if someone has like an issue of a very casual player, I was like, initially, I was like, who cares? That's such, you know, that's such a little problem. And you learn that people get very emotional with their games and their money. I don't have a rule. We don't have a rule to not attack people in my state, but I just try not to. I'm not paying too much attention right now. But I'm really trying not to, so nobody from my alliance for sure, and I really avoid people from my state. So I think, you know, I don't know if people avoid me, I know sometimes they don't, but I'm not the kind of person that check who is attacking me and get upset about it. I don't care. You know, it's arena, you know, I do them like 3 hours before reset. It's gonna be even worse. Next weekend we change hour. Wow, it's actually... No, it's tomorrow we change hour. Not tomorrow, but like Sunday. So it's gonna be even 1 hour later. So, you know, I go to bed at like 10, 11 p.m. and it's, you know, resetting at 2 a.m. So if I'm top 20, I'm top 20. If I'm not, you know, that's really okay. But I usually get attacked a bit. See... I got attacked quite a bit last night. It's a bit more than usual, it depends. But you see, there are not too many people from my state, right? So I think, you know, there are written... It does not mean it never happens, but there is a lot of people that could attack me in my state. And I never do. Very rarely, let's say it that way. Very, very rarely. Sometimes I don't pay attention. We are now in Gen 10. Ixura was it to get... it depends. I use Ixura on Bear. I find her a bit more reliable than Bradley, for example. What else? She's amazing with Hendrik. She's amazing in Arena, but she's gonna be cancelled by Blanchette, so you're gonna use her until end of Gen 10, you know, because people don't have Blanchette until end of Gen 10 for most people, right? So you're gonna use her in Arena for 1 or 2 gens. She's really good in Exploration as well. I mean, for me, it does not work because maybe it works. I think it was not working better, but she's really good in Exploration. She could be replacing Bradley for Bear, so she's overall a very good hero. She's one of the most underrated marksmen, I think. Can you skip her? Yes. You know, if you have to choose between doing her and then saving shards for Rufus Gen 11, you should totally do Rufus, no question asked. But you know, if you have the shards like me, I would not do Magnus, for example. Like Gregory is so much better, so I would not do Magnus. You just get Gatot as well, so Magnus is a tiny upgrade from Gatot. So she makes, you know, if you do 2 heroes per gen, she could make a lot of sense. And you know, our widget is only level 4, so I liked her, you know, I enjoyed her quite a lot. It's one of the heroes that everyone tells you to skip, but I actually know quite a few people that strongly suggest her instead of skipping her. So it's not a must-have, but she's okay. I got Hendrik 5 stars. I mean, if you get Hendrik 5 stars, you can get an amazing lineup on Arena. If you care about Arena, if you rank well, like Hendrik, Magnus, sorry, not Magnus, Xura and Bradley is like insane. You just do that, right? You literally do that. Whatever you have, you maybe do something like that. You put Hendrik. Usually people do that. They put Hendrik here. That's what I've seen being used. Frontline, you do marksman, you do lancers, infantry, whatever you have. Gatot, Magnus, Freds, whatever you have. Rene. And you do something like that. And that's really insane. The only thing you might want to do in Arena is, you know, using Bradley to counter Patrick. Radically. That's something I should do. Let's see. That's probably one of the issue here. Is I had my Bradley not at the right spot, so let's do that. Let's see if it's Bradley's like smashing. Because Bradley, when it's like that, it's gonna attack Greg. And you see it's gonna kill all of these, right? Boom. Now, see it's killed all the infantry and most of that as well. So that's the part that makes Bradley opposite to Lancers very good. That's not enough. Xura better than Bradley on Bear. I find we are quite a few people on my state to use her. You're gonna do live broadcast on SVS battle? I would, Young. I will actually. Wife is away for the weekend, so that's easy, you know. Easy streaming time. We have a lot of things to do, but she's not around, so I'll stream and the rest will wait a bit. So I'll be around for like 6 hours, 5 hours of the battle. I will do the burning maybe. But you know, that state is very active, is very strong. So burning is a bit boring usually. It's like, you know, in 15 minutes we burn all the target we could. And then, you know, then it's an hour 45 of waiting until we have the real battle. So so we'll see, but I might be on for the burning, and then, you know, we chill for like an hour and a half-ish before the battle. Maybe I get some food, and then I'll stream the full battle, which, you know, is gonna be really, really tough. I'm trying to find you there. So that's our current labyrinth. And that's their labyrinth before, right? So their first is 94, we are 86. Their second is 91, our second is 67. Their third is 86, so their third is the level of Webster for us of our first. So their third player is our first player. Then they have 85, they have a 79, they have a 67, they have a 71, right? So you can see like their top 7, there is only Webster stronger than their top 7. And it's like that all the way. Whatever you look at, it's like that. So we have 1 player, they have 7 players. They have 4 players as strong or stronger. And you know, they have 7 players above our second dudes. And our second dude kind of improved quite a bit. Axeman kind of, you know, he made a lot of points, so he might be quite stronger now, but it's gonna take time to show in the labyrinth. So it's gonna be really tough. It's gonna be a really tough battle. And if they use three alliances and they have a lot more activity than we do, it's gonna start to feel like but we'll see, you know, we'll give them our best. Do you keep top 100 playing at this hour? Crucial. Yeah, no problem. I do, if you look at system, if you look at arena. Yesterday I did 23, went to bed. Top 20 is tough. 26 the day before. 41 day 1. 41 is day 1 is a bit harder because, you know, like people easy, like, you know, like how do you say? I don't know. It's just that, you know, many people need to be attacked to kind of be put down, right? So weaker player can go higher if they play before resets because they are not attacked a lot, but then the next day they start to be attacked a lot for their ranking and they start to go down. So for me, it's really like a question of being like sometimes top 20 if I'm getting a bit lucky, often, you know, top 25. So that's good enough. You know, I'm not gonna lose my sleep and over it, so my sleep is too important. Yeah, I mean, if you play at reset, it's really a big deal because you cannot really be dropped in power too much, so you can really compete. You're gonna get attacked a bit, so it's not gonna be perfect, but playing at reset really allows like weaker player to be far higher than. And you know, if you are the strongest around, then, you know, play in the morning, try to have people attack you so they give you points and you keep climbing, like things like that. But if you are not that kind of player, like, why do you play in the morning? Unless you cannot play at reset like me, but I play as late as possible, right? But when I wake up, you will see. When I wake up, you will see a lot of people, you know, going like crazy. But like versus most of these people, I have no chance. You know, that's the closest one close to me. So it's like full gear reds, widget stand. I mean, I feel like she crushes me. Like all of these guys. But we have a lot of strong players that are not really, you know, not very high so far, so they play last minute as well. But just the widget itself, like, it's insane, right? 30,000 euro else if you compare to me. You know, that's half. And that's, you know, that's a lot of damage taken. See, I got attacked already, right? If I waited 5 minutes, you know, if I did it off stream, maybe someone is watching. I don't know if Hank, you're watching. But, you know, he gave me... He's making sure I'm not staying too high. You know, making me stay humble, I guess. How many max players do you have in your states? We don't have any. We don't have any. I don't know what you mean by max, but like Axeman and Wobster, they start to be close to get 16 charms and they got level 4 chief gear, right? But I mean, most people are here. I mean, Trimble was getting close for a while, but I think she spent a bit less. Russ, I don't really know, but these have like charms, you know, we are like charms 12 to 14 here. Maybe Dash and Jackie start to be a bit higher. We are maybe like 14, 15 and they start to be 16, but that's... Most people here are the chief gear. Maxed. Hero gear maxed, but then when you come to pets, we don't really have anyone with pet max. Maybe Wobster, she's getting close to that. Total pet power, but... what is max right now, total pet power? It's 58, right? So that's maxed for pets. So, you know, in the neighborhood, she's like top 25. You know, she's our best player, our stronger player, so that's really good. But that's very far from max, and you see like she's very far from everybody else for pets. Then you start to look at experts. You know, the max is 58 as well, I think. If I checked earlier, it's even more, maybe 64, right? You see, she's top 13, so that's really not bad again, but... wow. With that dude, like random dude, no... They were the neighbors of me before. So that's one of my biggest problem, you know? Is we never really had like max or close to max, you know. We'll have great expert though. What are the... I think that's probably pets, to be honest. If I had to bet, that would be pets. But charms are a bit insane. Charms are a bit insane. I did not do the math for a long time on charms. We had the math pretty much well done before for the cost of them, before they added, you know, level 16. Did not come across anyone doing something serious about it. Maybe it exists, I just don't know. And pets is probably... There are a lot of pets. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. 67 million. 68, it's already... I don't know what they buy, you know. I don't know what they buy. Because you have very limited amount of packs you can buy, so I'm not sure how they manage that, you know. Like if they do, like, do they have VIP support resetting their packs they can buy multiple times? Is that a thing in that game? I don't know if VIP support is resetting packs to people to buy them multiple times if they want to. I will assume in some game it's a thing, I just no idea if it's a thing on Whiteout. That's why, you know, Tundra leagues, we cannot win because they have like so many people that are stronger and quite stronger. That's why like this kind of stuff is really hard for us. Tyrant, we have no chances. You know, we could have the joiners and the stuff, but really missing like the... And again, you know, our guys are very, very strong, so... Really grateful for the whales we have, you know, that's a lot of money, that's a lot of effort they do, it's just what it is. I think they literally buy everything in the shop. Even, yeah, that could be. That could be that, you know, they are the ones that go here and buy, you know, these expert packs, right? They could be these guys, you know. 1.5 thousand value. Like, I mean, you know, if my net worth was $500 million and I have like the, you know, the investment, the real estate, the cryptocurrency, the bonds, the stock with the auction, the action, right, the stocks. If I had all of these, you know, set up, business running, whatever, would I pay Whiteout Survival? I don't know. But if you have that crazy money and, you know, your tomorrow and your next generation is sorted out anyway, your kids are, you know, they never have to work again if they want to. But these are like, when you buy these, it's like, wow, it's like 2 freaking advanced wild marks for $6. 35 bucks. Well, but that's, you can really, if you have the money, you can really speed things up, because the higher value pack, you know, you have to choose, right? On the chest pack that you choose what you want, you have to choose. Here you can buy everything. You can buy the XP, the things. So here you can do the same, you know, you have to choose if you buy the trek, the sigil, the affinity. Like here you can just buy everything. Just don't have to think, you know. Some of these guys spend more time buying the packs and spending what they have, you know, than playing the game than some of us, you know. It just the SVS prep is so much clicking and improvement that's you know, it might be 2 weeks of play just for some of us. But I think I'll slowly go, guys. I'll go watch TV show in bed and call it a night. Just wrapping up King Shot on the side. I'll try to make a video or two before I go on holiday. I go next Sunday, not this one. So I'll try to... I did a lot of streaming. I think that, you know, I saw a lot of new names and new faces. So that's really, really cool. I'll still try to make some videos. I have some plan for next week, you know, already. And then I can record a few more before I go on holiday. So... at least every 3, I hope that every 3 days you get a video, maybe a bit more if I'm, you know. And maybe there the patch, I'll do like a kind of, you know, Airbnb recorded video with a bad webcam and a bad mic, but just to cover the news. That's always an option. Tomorrow is another day, yes, but it's not too far from tomorrow, so... But tomorrow evening, no stream. It's actually my 5th year anniversary with the wife tomorrow, so... I mean, it was yesterday, so... But we go to the restaurant tomorrow, so... No stream tomorrow night. And yeah, I'll try to cover a few things. But thank you very much for being here as always. Thank you for the new ones as well. Either, you know, maybe you just chatted today and you were watching before, but that's really appreciated. That's really cool. Always, you know, always enjoy streaming on my side. You know, it's always something I appreciate a lot. So happy for that. Worst case scenario, we see each other Saturday, big stream. Hopefully we don't get our castle stolen, but I start to have some doubts about that. It's gonna be a very, you know, if we keep our castle, it seems to be a very good day for us. But that's That look pretty cooked. It's gonna be very, they have a state buff tomorrow. We don't, so they did not choose again. The only day we won is the day they did not use their state buff and we use building. So they should technically totally smash us tomorrow. And if that's the case, you know, it's gonna be rough, but we'll do our best. Maybe we'll learn a few things. And yeah, that will be it for me. Good night, everyone. I'll give you... you go on vacation and they drop T12. I'm not ready for T12, so, you know, I'll let the big boys get it, and I'll get it when I come back. I'll leave you with a few gift cards. Just claim them, you know, it's once per gift card, right? You cannot claim them, so you need to be quick. That's gonna be it for today. Let me do another one. But that's it. That's it, everyone. Thank you. Good night. Good day. See you Saturday, if not later. If not sooner, sorry. Bye-bye. Yeah, thanks again.